Hello everyone. So we are group 3 and our topic is the Palgrave Handbook chapter 34 identity. So one of my member will explain about the identity.
Identity is a fundamental construct in applied linguistics as it is inextricably intertwined with language. So the fundamental relationship between identity and language in applied linguistics, the core argument is that identity isn't inherent, but it's actively constructed through language. And within 1987, our sense of ourselves, our subjectivity is constructed in language. So it's shaped by the language. We use the encounter. Conversely, our identities influence how we use language and also refers to our individual and unique understanding of who we are. It compasses our self-awareness, our personal experiences, our beliefs, values, and perspective. So the subjectivity acknowledges that each person's understanding of the world and their place in it is shaped by their unique life experiences and perspective. So in DFINA 2016, the performance of identities shapes how linguistic resources are deployed. So this statement highlights the reciprocal relationship between identity and language. So as I discussed previously, this part emphasizes that the way we present or perform our identity also influences or perform how we use language. So Defina's work in 2016 likely shows how conscious or unconscious choices in language used to reflect and reinforce our identities. We strategically select words, phrases, tones, and even dialects to project the specific image of ourselves to other. So the connection between the Wooden and the Defina 2016 about the Rune Raven's works are these present the cohesive pictures of the dynamic interplay between identity and language. So we then lays the groundwork by establishing that our sense of self is a fundamentally constructed through language. Our understanding of who we are is shaped by linguistic resources available to use and the ways in which we engage with language. So Defina builds on that, the demonstrating that the active performance of identity, the way we present ourselves, so directly influences how we deploy linguistics. So Robin's work likely synthesizes that this perspective by emphasizing the reciprocal natures of relationship. He probably argues that language shape the relationship about the nature of the nature. So he probably argues that this language shaped our sense of self in within. So by Indefina, our identities in turn actively shape our linguistic traces expression. So the essence of Robin's contribution might be highlight ongoing. So current core and issues. While there is a wide range of terms for identity, including self, positions, rule, and subjectivity, or subject and agent, most recent research on identity has been consistently marked by the social constructionist paradigm that pays attention to the micro level of interaction and meaning making. So this text talking about how we understand of who we are or our identity. It says that there are many different ways to describe identity. Conversations, school, workplace, or advertising, and online. So there are a lot of ways to study how identify created, like looking at how people use language, observing communities, or analyzing social media.
Okay, so for the
So,
next topic is one of my member will explain about the case study.
okay. Um, so, for example, a study might focus on a single English as a foreign language or EFL learner to analyze the progress over time, examining factors like motivation and teaching methods. Another example is using case study in business English classrooms, where students stimulates real-life scenarios like negotiating contracts or giving presentation. This enhances their communication and generalized skills while practicing language use. So, Morato, thank you. So next is narrative inquiry. So narrative inquiry is a qualitative research approach that seeks to understand how individuals construct and negotiate their identities through storytelling. This approach is based on the idea that people make sense of their lives and experiences through narrative, and that in that these stories can reveal valuable information about their thoughts, feelings, and behavior. In conclusion, narrative inquiry is a powerful research approach that can provide valuable insight into how individuals construct and negotiate their identities through storytelling. So it their experiences through storytelling. It focuses on identity construction and personal growth. For instance, a researcher might collect stories from a bilingual student about their experiences adapting to a new culture. This narrates that these narratives can reveal how they navigate linguistic and cultural identities. And another one is it could be involve teachers sharing their professional journeys, shedding light on how they develop teaching philosophies over time. But both methods provide rich qualitative insights into language learning and identity formation. So,
Okay, thank you. So for the next topic is about the conversational analysis. So I am Shalami De Peña, and this is my topic about the conversational analysis. So Benwell and Stokey assert that while conversational analysis is done usually begin with identity as a theoretical tool, so they recognize that social life is grounded in interaction and is constituted by talk. So identities are made by relevant by conversational participant and are constructed in sequence. So it means that conversational analysis is a methodology that examines how people construct identities through interaction and talk. So conversational analysis or CA is a research analyze naturally occurring data such as conversations to understand how identities are made relevant and constructed in sequence. So this approach is recognize that identities are not fixed, so but rather are accomplished through interaction. So CE has been applied to various fields, including language education, to investigate how power is achieved in interaction and how biases and assumptions are instantiated or resisted. So this approach offers a coherent theory and methodology for examine real-life problems and has been used to study language learning, social problems, and multilingual interactions. So so identity is not a fixed or pre-existing concept, but rather something that is created and negotiated through conversational. So, for example, if you are talking someone and he asking you about what is your favorite color, um, what is your hobby, so that is the one that can create a conversational about the identity of the person. So it's not like naga exist lang atong identity, but it make treat the conversation. So that is the conversational analysis. So for the next topic is about the critical discourse analysis, and my one of my member will explain this.
Good morning, everyone. So, my topic is all about the critical discourse analysis. Predicted on the idea of discursive and social processes are woven together, critical disorder analysis or CDA offers identity researchers and framework to examine how identity instructions and circumcise by power of relations and ideology. By critiquing and unequal social practices or CDA demonstrates how the social position of individuals allow them differential access to linguistic, cultural, and economic capital and varying degrees of recognition. It draws attention to contextual constraints and affordance that influence the projected and ascribed identities of people. So, kani siya, ang critical discourse analysis is analysis how social practice such as language use contribute to the formation and maintenance of the power structures and identities. That's all.
So for the next topic is about the future direction. So since one of our member is not here, I will gonna give a brief explanation about the future direction. So this passage is discusses the challenges and consideration for conducting research in the increasingly digital world. So it means that point is that deeply embedded nature of digital technologies and everyday life requires researchers to adapt their methodologies. Like unlike to the traditional research that approaches are insufficient because digital spaces are complex and interconnected. So involving both online and offline interaction.
Challenges and controversial issues. Challenges and controversial issues in identity research. One key challenge is the inherent partiality of identity research, regardless of the meticulousness of execution across different time and space scales. Researchers constantly struggle to determine the sufficient amount of interviews, stories, and the artifacts needed and adequately that identity is not solely determined by language. So the most common challenges by the researcher is that the time management, like conducting research is inherently time-consuming. So the researcher often struggles to balance multiple projects, deadlines, and personal commitments. And also, the securing adequate funding is one of the most significant hurdles for researchers, especially for those in the early stages of their careers. So the competition here is for grants and financially supports is fierce. And researchers must be often explore diverse funding sources, including grants, fellowships, and crowdfunding. And also, collecting reliable data and valid data is crucial, but be fraught with the difficulties. The researchers may encounter issues related to the participant recruitment, data representatives, and the biases. And additionally, about the ethics. Ethics plays a central role in research. So particularly when dealing with sensitive topics or vulnerable populations. So the researcher here must be ensure that informed consist, maintain confidentially, and adhere to ethical guidelines and established by review boards. And also the on how they publishing research. So publishing research finding the reputable journals is often challenging to the high rejection rates. So and also the imposter syndrome. So this kind of many researchers, especially those early their careers, are experience feelings of adequacy of self-doubt and also the managing expectations. So aligning the expectations of stakeholders, including the founders, the collaborators, and the academic community. And that's all.
So for the next topic is the research says for further reading.
Okay, good morning everyone. My name is Mary Jane Dante and my topic for today is all about the resources for further reading. So this book written by Peter de Costa explores the complex relationship between identity, ideology, and language learning in the context of globalization. Allison Mackey, 2015, the book is a special issue of annual review of applied linguistics focusing on the topic of identity. Bonnie Norton, 2013, the book is second edition of Identity and Language Learning, extending the conversational published by Multilingual Matters. This book is the Routledge Handbook of Language and Identity published by Routledge by Sayan Phrase 2016. Okay, so this book is about how our identity or who we are. The ideas we believe in ideology and learning languages are connected, especially in globalized world. So the different experts have written about this book, saying it's a special collection of ideas on identity, and that is part of a bigger series of books on language and identity.
Okay, so that's all of our topic, and thank you for listening to our topic.